Men do not sacrifice in relationships. Men don't sacrifice anything. I'm not saying that a man can't sacrifice anything. I'm just saying that in general, men don't sacrifice anything in a relationship. There is no expectation of a man to sacrifice anything in a relationship. The age old question of who sacrifices more, men or women, hands down, it is women. It's not even close. Women actually are the only ones that do sacrifice anything in a relationship. And I'll tell you, I want to get beyond having babies and all of that stuff. I want to get. I want to move past that, right? Because that's too easy. We know that that's also a sacrifice that women make. I'm gonna go beyond how women sacrifice their careers, how women sacrifice their health. I'm gonna move beyond all of that. I'm gonna tell you the real way that women sacrifice in a relationship, the way that most people, but men specifically, don't acknowledge. The way that women sacrifice in a relationship, overwhelmingly, the vast majority of the time, is she picks up the slack when the men don't want to do the job. So if things are supposed to be split equally, right? 50-50 in a relationship where she does have to labor in the relationship, he does have to labor in the relationship. That way you have an equitable relationship. That almost never plays out that way in a relationship, right? So women end up doing 80, 90, 70% of the labor in the home, in the relationship. And here's why that is a sacrifice. She never gets a return on her investment. She gives all of this time, she gives all of this energy, and she gets nothing in return. It's not like the man fills up her cup. What ends up happening is the man continuously just drains her and drains her and drains her.
That is foolish to like the max. Even if bills are 50-50, this is where the poison starts to come in the mind. Even if the bills are 50-50, you think that everything is 50-50. That's a female's mindset. A female's mindset is basically saying it's not that she's doing more, it's that she's doing something. Let's just say stay-at-home moms, right? For a stay-at-home mom, let's just say she does everything with the child. Let's say this couple is married for, I don't know, however many years you want to say. We could say 5, 10, let's say 10 years. Let's just make it nice. Let's just say they're married for 10 years. They had kids. They stair-stepped them. Let's just say they had kids the first 3 years they were in marriage or something like that, right? So you have the 10 years that this couple was married. The man is the caregiver. He's the one that goes outside and does everything outside, pays all the bills, all that stuff like that. The woman is the one that's obviously doing everything else with the kids and the home and everything like that. In their head, they're doing something, so therefore it's 50-50, right? Like, she might not pay 50% of the bills, but then again, she takes care of the home and she takes care of the kids. Let me tell you how that's manipulative and deceptive. The man, not only does he have to pay 100% of the bills, guaranteed. So that means anything that needs to get paid is 100% on that man. It's 0% on the woman because she doesn't have income, right? And that's their deal. It's not to blame her, but I'm saying that's their deal. 100% has to go to him. Fine. So that means it's one aspect of taking care of a family, a child, a relationship that he has 100% no help with. Not 99% either. 100% is on him. Okay. When it gets down to the kids inside the home, it's not like that. So that means whatever she's responsible for, remember, he's outside the home, she's inside the home. The things inside the home, he would still have to do. It's not like he does not have to acknowledge his children. He does absolutely nothing for the children. Or absolutely nothing with the children. It's not like when he comes home, he doesn't have to ever pick up a broom, doesn't ever have to mop, doesn't ever have to wash a dish. That's not the case. And that's what people try to make it seem as if it's that. So that man is doing 100% of the finances. This is for stay-at-home moms. Remember, right? We're going to get into people that's not stay-at-home moms. But just for this one, stay-at-home moms with a man that provides financially. He 100% of the responsibility on that side is his. And even if he had to pick up 30% on the other side, that's still it. So that's 100 on this side and 30% on this side that he still has to. This is just what he has to pick up. Every emotion that she has for being inside the house, because it can get overwhelming, especially with your kids or whatever it is. Every emotion, he still has to deal with it. So it's not like her being inside the home, he doesn't have to jump in and help with. And also have to maintain and take care of her as well. So you still take care of your kids, and you still have to take care of your wife. So you still have to do that as well. It's not like they're going to eat in every single day. So sometimes you have to eat out. That's just the way that's going to have to go. Or you have to go out somewhere. You have to take them places. You have to do things as a father. It's more than just, even if you're the sole provider, it's more than just sole provided. So you're doing some of her job, but 100% of your job. Let's fast forward just a little bit more to stay on for the stay-at-home moms with the male provider, with, you know, the ones that don't sacrifice anything. If the man is working and provide for that, the kids start to go to school at a certain age. So people forget when they talk about moms that with kids that go to school. Now they have 3K. So kids go to school 3K. It's not that many hours in school, but it's still 3K, 4K. They have 4K is pre-K and kindergarten. The kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all that other stuff, all that other jazz. The kids are not even home. So she prepares. Let's say he gets out and goes to work. He doesn't even help get the kids ready for school. So he's out and he's working. She has to do all that by herself. She gets the kids ready for school. Kids go off and live their merry life in school. Kids are in school on average, maybe 7-8 hours a day or something like that. So 7-8 hours a day, the kids are in school. 7-8 hours, the kids are asleep. I want you to think about that. So if your kids go to school, I'm going to be generous. Let's say you get them to school there by 8, they come out by 2, their bedtime is around 8. That's 6 hours the mother or father, whomever got. Of those 6 hours that she got, he still has to do some of that, while still working his job, 100% of whatever his job is, and also some stuff that's in the home. So the woman does get help, whether it's from the father, and I can guarantee most fathers are still involved in the child's life. It's not like they just, hey, here's the check, and then just lay down, and that's the end of it. He don't do nothing at all, has no other responsibilities at all except bringing home the money. That's bullshit. That does not happen. Right? So therefore, he's doing his job and he's helping her with her job. The school system is also helping her with her job. At that moment, you're cleaning up, but you're going to be cleaning up mostly after your kids. Mostly. Because what they also act like is if a man is providing, you just get at home, just sit on the couch and just do nothing. And he just like make dishes, just push them to the side. She go picks it up. And he just throws his shoes, his drawers everywhere, and she has to go pick it up. If you have to do that, then that's on you and the man that you picked. I'm not going to guarantee you most relationships are not like that. I think people like, this fella and people, they don't really meet people. They don't know people. I've met thousands of people because I'm really in the field when I'm doing this. So when I'm saying this, I'm not saying this from a idealistic point of view. I know for sure. And I'm talking about people with, let's say mid-income and then also high income. If we're talking about high income, we're not even speaking anymore. If you know people with high income, the people that I see consistently with high income, with stay-at-home moms, the kids have nannies. Each one of them have their own nannies. This is the higher income. We're talking in the millions now. The kids have their own nannies. These women have cleaners in their house. There's one particular house. This woman has a cleaner. Her cleaner is there every single time I'm there. I think that's just a full-time job. So every day, 5 days a week, that cleaner is there. She does not do laundry. She has the cleaners come and they take the laundry, which I've seen multiple times. They'll take the laundry and they'll ship her laundry away to their cleaners and then come bring it back for her. She really don't have to do nothing. Now, this does not mean just because you are a mother, because when her kids do come home, and now she has a younger kid as well. So now when the kids do come home, she still has to tend to the kids. The father also has to tend to the kids. It's not like he does nothing. He's a multimillionaire. So even and I'm not talking about one particular case. That would be foolish. I'm talking about variously over it. Like it's going to be so many of them that the men, yes, they primarily make the money, but when they come home, they still have to be a father and they still have to be a husband. So those women, that's just the upper echelon of those women. Now let's get back to like a mid-tier. Let's just say the woman does work now. Let's get into those women. Because if we talk about mid-tier where the man works, he does the same thing as the rich guy. It's just that the woman doesn't have the luxury of nannies and a cleaner. But she has to clean up after her kids. So if you remove the man out the picture, not only would she have to work, she will also have children. If she does, she also have children, she would still be cleaning up the same thing. I can guarantee you when stay-at-home moms speak about, I have to clean and I have to do, guaranteed the majority of that is for the children and for her children, which she would do anyway because it's her children. I don't think she has a problem with it. But I think in their brain, when they're with a man and a man is around, it's not that she has to do something for him. It's the fact that she has to do something Because in a woman's brain nowadays, especially, if a man is present, then your life just supposed to be like nothing. Like he's supposed to just take all your worries away, and that's it. That's what he's talking about. Like her doing something. Keep in mind, if the man is not in the picture, not only would you have to do whatever you're doing anyway, you would have to do that and still go to work. Think about that. And your quality of life automatically goes down when you do that, because you can only make X amount of dollars. So when he said a woman sacrificing her, I don't know. Oh no, he said he's skipping that part, the sacrificing the career, which I think is stupid, because you could, I don't know why that's so important, but that's feminism brain poison, but that's a whole nother story. But the fact is, even if you go to the woman that's, has a kid and has a man and they split the bills, stuff like that, most of the accountability of that family, everything that goes on in that family is because of him. The reason why I said manipulation and deception when it comes to women, the reason why I said that is because it will make it seem as if it's her by herself. I can guarantee you, once again, this is not just me saying that, oh, this is what happened with me or my friend up the block. I've met thousands and thousands of people. I've been in thousands of homes, right? Because that's just regular day stuff. But yes, this is over the span of years. So this is not me just saying things. If you get the people that are in a relationship, unless, let's say they do the 50-50, it is still going to be on the man to do X, Y, and Z. The woman is predominantly the one that's going to be cooking, and she is going to be the predominant one that's cleaning. How? This is how things go. Men like peace, and that's across the board. When it comes to a home, men are going to do things the way men want to do it. If it's to the woman's liking, who knows? A lot of the times guys would live a certain way, and I'm not talking about nasty and dirty. I'm not talking about those dudes. I'm talking about guys will put things a certain way or do things a certain way so it can be the way they like it. But when guys live with women, they tend to change that. They tend to try to do things and keep things in a way that the woman will like it. So when a man is living with a woman, ask the motherfucker what color is his curtains. He gonna be like, if it ain't just like a regular plain color, he'd be like, okay, how many panels is this color? How many panels is that color? That motherfucker don't know. Everything that's in that living room is what she wanted. And what she wanted to do. The bathroom, get changed, whatever she wanted to do. He don't really care. And it's not that he doesn't do anything. That's why I say manipulation and deception is basically because he allows her to do as she feels to make her happy. It's not that a man can't clean and put things a certain way. It's just that a woman wants it a certain way to her liking. Manipulation and deception. So it seems like, all right, this guy is not helping me do X, Y, and Z. Like, no, this guy is not helping me do what I want to do the way I wanted to do it. So a guy would just fall back and just allow her to do her own thing. Because that will cause a problem if I start doing something and then she starts complaining about the stuff that I already did. That's extremely annoying. And women have a bad habit of doing that, even without being in a relationship with their children. And you will see the same exact behavior. Now it probably ring a bell to you. You will see the same exact behavior in women with children. When women have children, especially like little boys, when women have these children, they'll, let's say, spoil. Once again, manipulation and deception. They'll spoil the boy and the boy not doing stuff. So she'll do everything for the young boy. And then complain about how the young boy don't do anything. And then when the young boy gets up and does something, then she complains about him doing something. Then she says she'll just do it herself. So then the young boy stands back and says, all right, I'm just not going to touch it, because if I touch this, it's going to be a problem. I ain't do it right, whatever it is. So they'll spoil the kid to make him not have to do anything. Then she'll say, she'll complain about, I got to wash these dishes. I got to do this. Okay, cool. So the little boy washes dishes. Then, no, you don't know how to wash dishes. See how you tell you wash dishes, leave it there. Just go over there. Let me do it. And if she does it, and you'd be like, okay, no problem. So he's trying to keep the peace, but there's still no peace. So either way you go, it's not going to be peace in that. So when you say women say, I have to do all of it. Yeah, the majority of it, you do it because you have to do it to your liking. And if you don't do it to your liking, the man still gets a headache. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So that's just on her. That's not a sacrifice. And not having a career is not a sacrifice. That's stupid. If the roles were reversed, and I want you to take this to the grave with you. If the roles were reversed, and a man can stay home. First of all, he's going to make that shit look like the coolest shit in the world. And a man can stay home And all he has to do is keep the house clean, cook. Shit'll be immaculate. Because it's going to be a system. It's not chaos. It'll be a system. And that system is going to be in place where once, especially if you only have like 1 kid, 2 kids. And the kids, I skipped that part. At a certain age, when you have kids and you like to stay at home mom or whatever that is, at a certain age, kids start doing things by themselves or can do certain things by themselves. Your 5-year-old, you don't have to clean up after a 5-year-old. The 5-year-old can clean up after themselves. So they're going to be good and perfect. But as far as putting their toys away, things that's like in the way, those type of stuff, they're not mopping, sweeping, all that stuff like that. However, they can put their own stuff away. So you'll be doing bare minimum basic things. Most people even have dishwashers. So it's so many levels to that we have to think about when guys like this say that men don't sacrifice anything. In fact, I think that at the end of a relationship, you'll know who sacrificed something and you'll see who takes the biggest loss. And 9 times out of 10, if a woman had to sacrifice her career, that means she got free money down the line. If she can live a life where she does not have to work, that means the man has something and some value to give, and he would have to sacrifice that in order to give to her. So while she's cheating on him, if she cheated on him in a relationship, or which I heard more than enough times, like more times than I should, where the woman cheated and he still has to pay her child support, alimony, all that stuff, and she get to keep the house. It's crazy. And she didn't even work. So think about that. So the less she does, manipulation and deception, the less she does, the more she gets down the line. So you can call that if you want. And so if you don't work and he works and he brings home the bacon, you get more than if you would have worked. Right? Because most people that work are broke. Whether they say 6-figure earners, whatever it is, most of them are broke. Most people don't really have money, and they'll spend whatever they have anyway. So you'll probably have more by just getting it from him, and he'll support your lifestyle even after y'all split. So I don't understand how women can sacrifice more if the man end up losing more at the end.